For 3 nights, everyone in Kembaru village heard the crying baby beneath the old well. The terrifying part was that no child had been born in Kembaru for over 20 years. The village sat between endless fields of tall grass and a forest so dense that even sunlight struggled to enter. At its center stood an ancient stone well. No one used it. No one approached it. Children were warned never to play near it, but nobody explained why. Then one night, shortly after midnight, a baby began crying from inside the well. The sound echoed across the village. Women woke from sleep. Dogs howled. Lanterns lit up across Kembaru. Several men gathered nearby, but none dared approach the edge. The crying continued before suddenly stopping. The next morning, everyone assumed it had been an animal trapped below. Life continued until the crying returned the following night. This time it lasted longer and sounded closer, as though the child was climbing upward. People locked their doors and held their children tightly. Nobody slept. At dawn, strange footprints surrounded the well. Tiny, barefoot footprints, the size of a toddler, circled it dozens of times before disappearing. The entire village gathered around them, but no one could explain where they came from. That evening, Elder Nambo ordered everyone indoors before sunset. Fear spread through Kembaru. As darkness fell, the crying returned louder than before. Then a woman's voice began softly singing an old lullaby. Nobody had heard for generations. The melody drifted through the village like cold smoke. People covered their ears, prayed, and hid inside their homes. The next morning, a young hunter named Baku vanished. His sandals were found beside the well. Nothing else remained. Search parties combed the forest, rivers, and fields, but no trace of him was ever found. That night, the crying started before sunset. Then a voice emerged from beneath the well. "Help me!" It was Baku. "Please help me!" His mother collapsed, screaming. Several men nearly ran toward the well before Elder Nambo stopped them. When the villagers demanded answers, the old man finally revealed the truth. Generations earlier, a terrible drought struck Kembaru. Crops died, animals vanished, and people starved. Desperate villagers sought help from a wandering spirit priest. He promised rain, but demanded a newborn child as payment. The villagers agreed and lowered the baby into the well. That same night, rain fell and the drought ended. But something beneath the well had accepted the offering and never forgot. That night, every family barricaded their doors. The crying began earlier than ever. Then dozens of voices joined it. Men, women, and children called from beneath the earth. Some villagers recognized dead relatives. Others heard loved ones who had disappeared years before. The voices begged to be rescued. Near midnight, a young woman named Sira heard her deceased mother calling from the well. The voice sounded perfect. Against everyone's warning, she left her house and walked toward the stone rim. Neighbors watched from their windows and shouted for her to stop, but she ignored them. The crying baby suddenly fell silent. Sira smiled as if someone she loved stood waiting below, then climbed into the well. The screaming began immediately. Not Sira's scream, something else's. A deep, unnatural roar shook the ground beneath Kembaru. Birds exploded from the trees, windows shattered. Then silence returned. The next morning, Elder Nambo gathered the remaining villagers and led them deep into the forest. Hidden beneath vines and roots, they discovered a forgotten shrine. Ancient symbols covered its walls, and a stone tablet revealed the truth. The sacrifice had never ended the drought. It had opened a doorway. The thing beneath the well fed on grief, loss, and anyone willing to answer familiar voices. Each victim made it stronger. The tablet revealed only one way to stop it: destroy the well before sunset. The villagers raced home. Men gathered tools, women carried water, children hauled stones. By afternoon, the entire village worked together. As the sun began setting, they smashed the ancient well apart. The crying intensified. The voices screamed. The ground cracked. Dark water burst from below. Inside the black water were faces: Baku, Sira, missing relatives, long-dead ancestors, all staring upward, all smiling. The final stone broke just as darkness arrived. A deafening shriek erupted from below. Then everything stopped. The water vanished. The faces disappeared. The voices fell silent for the first time in centuries. The well was gone. Weeks passed and no crying returned. Kembaru slowly recovered. Yet every year, on the exact night the well was destroyed, a single sound echoes across the fields. A baby crying far away within the darkness of the forest. And nobody in Kembaru has ever been brave enough to follow it. Subscribe for more dark African stories.